Boy, skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show them.
Come! Chinese dogs hunt down Ghana tax force. Jesus. After the atrocities of Chinese, now they are setting their dogs on us. God, look at the dog. The mouth is as big as that of a crocodile. Jesus, have mercy. And this is supposed to be the man, the Chinese man who unleashed his dogs on the GRA. And you can see the GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority. And you see the CDA on top, cowrie shell. It represents money, ancient money. And you can see that bird. When we have the money, we will fly. That's the sense behind that logo. Ghana Revenue. Please, this is Ghana, not Tamale Revenue, not Kumasi Revenue, not Bolga Revenue. Ghana Revenue Authority. They went to take money from some Chinese company. The Chinese got so mad and angry and decided to unleash big fat dogs on the tax people. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Roll the guns. Chinese nationals release dogs on GRA tax officers at quarry site. Come! Before the exercise, the team undertook an earlier operation in the Shai Osudoku municipality where some quarry companies were shut down for not paying taxes. Mr. Annan announced that the GRA will turn its attention to operators in tourism and hospitality industry. Yes, in the tourism and hospitality industry to ensure that the right taxes were paid during the festive season. According to the GRA, there are close to 100 grant events slated for December, which will be keenly monitored by the authority for tax compliance. He added that the case will be handed over to the Attorney General's Department. The case will be investigated, and then the docket will be completed and handed over to the legal unit for possible persecution. That's not the full story. The beginning of the story says that this task force went all the way to a Chinese outfit right here in Ghana so that they will be able to at least collect taxes for the nation. And upon entering the facility, the Chinese knew who these guys were because they were all in uniform and they unleashed their big dogs on them. Now, when the big dogs jumped on them, the task force ran away because they couldn't tell if these were rabies-infected dogs. Whatever it was, that was what they did. Come! And interestingly, when they ran away, they called for backup, police. Just as you saw in that photograph. Police came to join them. And boom, they went there and overpowered the dogs. And they were able to enter the Chinese facility. And they asked, why? Why? Have you invaded tax all this while? You have invaded tax all this while. And we came to talk to you about the tax. You unleashed your dirty dogs on us. So the matter, they took all the way to the Attorney General's office because these are people in the service of the nation. Now this is what happens. Now my brother, my sister, when the dogs jumped on them, they had to find a way of getting the police to come in, just as it's stated here. They were able to quell the situation. There are a lot of Chinese nationals operating here without paying the VAT. And when we come to enforce the law, they open their doors. We will deal with them for trying to push us back. That's what the task force team said. The quarry companies visited by the team are Executive Quarry, Pilot Stone Quarry, Tonisco Quarry, and Housing Quarry. They are all Chinese companies operating in Ghana without paying VAT. Why? Is that how you built China? Was that how Xi Hongti built your wall in China? It's because of our dirty leaders. Can you go and do this in China? No way. Because the leaders are wise. Our leaders are empty-headed, egotistical, so paragonistic, so regionalized minded. If you had captured all these Chinese who evaded the tax and sent them home to China, after putting them in jail for 1 year, I am not sure any Chinese, Indian, Lebanese, British, American would evade tax. If they have no good training in China and come to misbehave like this here, we have to teach them that we have a good training. Unfortunately, our leaders, most of them are Jimaklamase. No patriotism. That's why Nkrumah called them fools. That way, we will never be able to develop. Taxes are important. You leave your country, come into the country, make money, take back to your country to develop your country, whilst you refuse to give us our due. Do you respect us? Do you respect us? And the inferiority complex in this country has assumed unimaginable heights. Inferiority. Just approach somebody and start speaking English to the person. Low self-esteem exhibited. Whatever you say is yes. Because all that you are saying, he doesn't understand. And he feels so ashamed that he cannot speak English. If I were you, I say, Minti. What's he saying? Minti asiye. Mbugumda ayanula. It's my duty to understand you. The language you are speaking, I don't understand. But we have a bad complex. Once we can't speak English, anybody who approaches us with English, we say yes to everything they want. I have a bad story to tell you. There was a young girl in my area there when we were growing up. Every night we'll see men around her. And we never understood. But when we grew to a certain point, the men who enjoyed her said, oh, she couldn't speak English. So all that it was you would just come to her and start speaking English. You know, you're a very beautiful girl. You're a very beautiful girl. Well, you're so nice, you're so beautiful, blah, blah. She'll be saying, Do you love me? Yes. Do you want me? Yes. Can you go with me home? Yes. Everything is yes. But start speaking the local language to her. She would pose. Wait, Chama. My brother, it's not a crime not to be able to speak English. But it's a crime to be brainless.